Welcome to today's Global News Update. Global leaders welcome U.S.-Iran agreement to preserve ceasefire and reopen key waterway. Second suspect in U.S. consulate shooting case arrested at Pearson Airport. Trump signals opposition to continuing North American trade pact. Moscow residents report black rain following major Ukrainian strike. Court challenge accuses Canada of failing refugees turned back at U.S. border. Questions remain after fatal Father's Day incident. American resident faces uncertainty after Canadian citizenship suspension. Severe storm system brings heavy rain and wind threat to Ontario and Quebec. Report recommends excluding people with mental illness from assisted dying eligibility. Governments and international organizations have reacted positively to an agreement between the United States and Iran that seeks to maintain the ceasefire and guarantee shipping access through the Strait of Hormuz. The strategic waterway is critical to global oil and gas transportation. Analysts say the arrangement could reduce geopolitical risks and improve stability in energy markets. However, observers caution that long-term success will depend on continued diplomatic engagement and compliance by all parties. Law enforcement officials have confirmed the arrest of a second suspect linked to the investigation into a shooting involving the U.S. consulate. The arrest occurred at Pearson International Airport following a coordinated effort between multiple agencies. Investigators continued gathering evidence and examining the roles of those allegedly involved. Authorities are expected to provide additional information as court proceedings move forward. Former President Donald Trump has indicated that he is not enthusiastic about maintaining the existing Canada-United States-Mexico agreement. Business groups and trade experts are closely watching the comments because of the agreement's importance to manufacturing, agriculture, and cross-border commerce. Canadian and Mexican officials continue emphasizing the benefits of stable trade relationships. Analysts say uncertainty surrounding the agreement could influence future investment decisions. Following a large-scale Ukrainian attack targeting an oil refinery, residents in Moscow reported dark-colored rainfall believed to be linked to smoke, ash, or industrial contaminants released into the atmosphere. Authorities are monitoring air quality and environmental conditions while assessing damage caused by the strike. Analysts say attacks on energy infrastructure continue to play an important role in the conflict. The incident has generated concern among local communities and environmental observers. Advocacy groups have launched a federal court challenge alleging that Canada's current border practices fail to adequately protect refugees who are returned to the United States under existing agreements. Supporters of the challenge argue that vulnerable individuals may face risks after being denied entry. Government officials maintain that current policies comply with legal obligations and international commitments. The case is expected to attract significant attention from immigration and human rights organizations. Police and emergency responders are investigating a fatal incident that occurred on Father's Day after reports that a man fell from a considerable height. Witnesses described a shocking scene as authorities secured the area and began collecting evidence. Investigators have not yet released all details regarding the circumstances surrounding the death. The case remains under active review as officials work to establish a complete timeline. An American man affected by the suspension of his Canadian citizenship says he remains in legal limbo while seeking clarity from authorities. Immigration and citizenship experts note that such cases can involve complicated legal, administrative, and constitutional issues. The individual argues that his personal and family ties are deeply rooted in Canada. The matter is expected to continue through legal and administrative review processes. A powerful storm system is moving through eastern Ontario and Quebec, bringing the potential for heavy rain, damaging winds, and hazardous travel conditions. Weather agencies are closely tracking the system and issuing alerts where necessary. Emergency officials are encouraging residents to secure outdoor items and prepare for possible power outages. Forecasters say conditions may change rapidly as the storms move through the region. A policy report has recommended that people whose sole underlying condition is mental illness should remain indefinitely excluded from Canada's assisted dying framework. Supporters of the recommendation argue that additional safeguards are necessary to protect vulnerable individuals. Others contend that excluding patients based solely on mental illness raises concerns about equality and autonomy. The issue remains one of the most complex and debated topics in Canadian healthcare policy.